Please come forward. If for some reason David comes, because he does live a pretty good distance away from here, perhaps if I'll address that when we get into the agenda, as far as seating him if he comes. So therefore, without no further ado, before that we get into the business on the agenda for this quarterly meeting, I'm going to ask Richmond Larney to come forward. Richmond, thank you for being here this morning and fulfilling the processes through your distinctive ban on filling a vacancy for the Ocheesy ban. And I just want to make the announcement that we're not in the official council meeting. We're not in the official council meeting. We haven't started roll call yet. Okay?
Sampson. Anthony Conley.
Here.
John Narkemy.
Here.
Rena Tiger.
Here.
Anastasia Pittman. Terry Edwards.
Here.
Ida Gonzalez.
She will not be here today. I'd like to have her to be excused. There was a passing in the family.
That will be noted in the minutes, Representative Fixico. Representative Gonzalez' aunt left this walks of life, and she will not be here today. There is also other members too. Mr. Billy, do you want to also state that on behalf of Ms. Harjo?
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Harjo for Hitchity Band will not be here and present because this is a quarterly meeting. It's protocol to ask for an excuse and a waiver of being here because there are certain things within our Constitution that if you miss 2 quarterly meetings, you automatically get taken off the council according to the present Constitution. Okay, Representative Cootie, you doing the same?
No, she called and she's ready today, so she'll be here.
Okay, we'll go forward. We got two excuses, one for Hitchity Band and one for Eufaula Band. So that's noted in the minutes. That will be noted in this quarterly meeting minutes. And Representative Petit, we're not in session necessarily because we haven't finished roll call, but
Chair, Mr. Narkemy has now arrived. Would it be possible to go ahead and have him sworn in?
how far are we in the roll call?
We're like 6, 7 down.
Is there any objections to that being done at this time? If you have an objection as a council representative on this floor to this, to do it to swear him in, but do it at a different place. But I know he would love to answer roll call, wouldn't he? Yes, he would. Is there any objections? I know this is unorthodox. It's unorthodox for me. It's unorthodox for you. If you're objecting to it, you better let it be known now. And then we'll pick up where we left off on the roll call. I see no hands of objection, no voice of objection. Then Mr. Narkemy, if you're here, come ahead and come forth. As I stated with Mr. Larney, we also received a letter of certification from the election board that everything as far as the band minutes, as far as the background check, and also as far as meeting the criteria to serve on the General Council of the Seminole Nation, Mr. Narkemy has fulfilled all those, and I have those present with me, delivered by the election board to the executive office. So you've been here before, Mr. Narkemy. You know how the oath of office goes. So we'll conduct it at this time with your right hand raised. I, and state your name.
I, David Narkemy,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
I will faithfully execute
the office
Here.
Leon Petit.
Here.
David Narkemy.
here.
Joseph Billy.
Here.
Dolores is excused. Karen Fulbright. Here. Ann Borba.
Here.
Stephanie Lambert.
Here.
Sina Yeslith.
Here.
Lottie Cootie. Marilyn Moore is going to be late. Henson Lena.
Here.
Richard Garney.
Here.
Wayne Shaw.
Here.
Tiffany Thunder,
Here.
Catherine McCoy,
Here.
Charlie Hill,
Here.
Tommy Chupko,
Here.
Danita Harjo, Willis Dethridge,
Present.
Desiree Amberton.
Here.
I have 22 present, 6 absent.
With a count of 22 present and 6 absent, I declare that we have a quorum for this quarterly meeting of June 2024 of the General Council. With that being said, Representative McCoy?
Yes, Chair. I would like to request that other business be added onto the agenda.
There's a request that other business be added onto the agenda. Is there any objection? And can we state what that other business may be?
The other business is the chair brought forward a nomination out of our band for SNGE board, Representative Kyle Cootie.
Okay. Is there any objection? Obviously, everybody knows that SNGE is the Seminole Nation Gaming Enterprise. We all know the history of the Seminole Nation from 2000 on up to the present. It behooves all of us as elected leaders of the Seminole Nation to be able to continually have continuity within our areas of business. So therefore, anyone object to other business, at the end of the agenda is where it will be placed. Is there not an objection for that? And for that one purpose only? For that one purpose only. Okay, it shall be added. There's no objection. Okay, now we're going to have everyone stand and we'll have roll call and prayer. Do I have a volunteer for prayer? And if there's a volunteer for offer the prayer this morning, would you also offer prayer for those who have lost loved ones and also for the McGeesey family? Is there a volunteer? Representative Petit.
Chair, if you'll bow with me. Lord, we just thank you for this ability to be here today, the beautiful day you've provided. Lord, I especially ask your blessings on those that have lost loved ones, the McGeesey family, and those others among us that have sharing the loss of loved ones, those also that are sick. Lord, we do ask that your mercy and grace be on us today as we prepare and do the business of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma. We ask you to give us all traveling mercies and be with us in the following days as we do your work. These things we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. You may be seated. And Mr. Edwards, it's good to have you back in session with us, Representative Edwards. Much prayers have been offered to the Creator on your behalf.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Is there any objective? The executive office wants to read something about the late Jane McGeesey officially here at the General Council meeting or the quarterly meeting. Is there any objection that the chair of the council read this proclamation from the executive office of the Seminole Nation? If you object to it, then state it at this time. I see no hands, I hear no voice. I'm going to read this, and the family had asked us to prepare something even before she left this walks of life. We was in the process of preparing that for her, hopefully to be able to read it today at the council, but also to be able to have it read again at her 100th birthday. So with no objections either voiced or raised at this time, this is going to be read for the official record of the June quarterly meeting of 2024. From the Executive Office of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma, proclamation, Jane Elnora Herod McGeesey, in recognition of your deep dedication to the preservation and the improvement of the quality of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma through your leadership and participation in many aspects of the tribe and community, and recognition of serving as the Eufaula Band representative for many years, and recognition of serving on the Constitution provision and having input in the Constitution during the early period of the 1960s. and the Constitution ratified on March 8, 1969, having the Constitution approved by the Commission of Indian Affairs on April 15, 1969, in recognition of starting up the Enrollment Department for the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma and serving as the director for many years, in recognition of the implementation of the Language Department for the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma, and in recognition of your dedication to your faith, family, and tribe. The Seminole Nation of Oklahoma, by the authorization of the Principal Chief, Lewis J. Johnson, and the Assistant Chief, Brian T. Palmer, present this proclamation to Jane Elnora Herod McGeesey, dedicated and devoted services she performed for and with the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma and our tribal members. And then it be signed off by both executives. I appreciate the opportunity to read that and to acknowledge that. We had hoped that we could do that at her birthday. Okay, we'll move on. Thank you very much. Reading of the minutes of the last meeting. And before we do that, could we just do a moment of silence because her funeral is today? Let's do that. There's no objection. Thank you very much. And the flags are flying half mast, half staff for in honor of Jane McGeesey. Okay, reading of minutes of last meeting, minutes of April 25th, 2024. What is the desire of the council? Is there a motion? I entertain a motion. This is the minutes of April 25th, 2024. Representative Fulbright? Motion approved. It's second by Representative Lambert. That's the hand I seen first. Any comments, corrections? No comments or corrections at this time for the minutes of April 25th, 2024. There's a motion and a second. Secretary, call the roll.
Leetta Sampson,
Yes.
Anthony Conley,
Yes.
John Narkemy,
Yes.
Rena Tiger,
Yes.
Anastasia Pittman, Terry Edwards,
Yes.
Ida Gonzalez, Nancy Fixico,
Yes.
Leon Petit,
Yes.
David Narkemy,
Yes.
Joseph Billy,
Yes.
Karen Fulbright,
Yes.
Ann Borba,
Yes.
Stephanie Lambert,
Yes.
Sina Yeslith,
Yes.
Lottie Cootie,
Yes.
Henson Lena,
Yes.
Richmond Larney,
Yes.
Tiffany Thunder,
Yes.
Wayne Shaw,
Yes.
Catherine McCoy,
Yes.
Charlie Hill,
Yes.
Tommy Chepko,
Yes.
Danita Harjo, Willis Dethridge,
Yes.
Desiree Emerton. Yes. I have 23 yeses, 0 noes, 0 abstain.
With a count of 23 yes and 0 noes and 0 abstention, I declare that measure to have passed the approval of minutes of April 25th, 2024. We are now moving on to unfinished business. Representative Shaw, this was a tabled item, and according to the processes of the Rules of Order of the Seminole Nation, a tabled item comes back at the next meeting. So therefore, we're there. You want to leave it on the table, Representative Shaw? Okay. All right. Okay, that's unfinished business. He doesn't want to pull it off the table at this time. So it will remain table. No debate on a tabled item. Do we have a second to table this? Is there any objection to table this by Representative Shaw? We can call roll call on it. There's no objection. We're going to table. Is it an objection? Yes. There's an objection to it. We will go to roll call on tabling this item, TR 2023-77. So no debate on roll call. Yeah, it automatically comes off table. He courteously suggested to leave it on the table. There was an objection under the rules of order for it to automatically come out. So obviously there's an objection to that table. So we have to go to a vote. Okay? And this is to table unfinished business, TR 2023-77. Secretary, call the roll.
Leetta Simpson.
No.
Anthony Conley.
No.
John Narkemy.
Yes.
Rena Tiger.
Yes.
Anastasia Pittman. Terry Edwards.
No.
Nancy Fixico.
No.
Leon Petit.
No.
David Narkemy.
No.
Joseph Billy.
Yes.
Karen Fulbright.
No.
Ann Borba.
No.
Stephanie Lambert.
No.
Sina Yeslith.
No.
Lottie Cootie.
Yes.
Ensign Lena.
Yes.
Richmond Larney.
Yes.
Tiffany Thunder.
Yes.
Wayne Shaw.
Yes.
Catherine McCoy.
Yes.
Charlie Hill.
Yes.
Tommy Chupko.
Yes.
Willis Dethridge.
Yes.
Desiree Emerton.
Yes.
I had 13 yeses, 10 noes, 0 abstain.
With a count of 13 yes, 10 noes, and 0 abstentions, I declare that that remains on the table because there was an objection to it remaining on the table. Okay, we have right now
Chair.
report.
Chair, I got a question. So we got 2 resolutions on this,
When we get to them, we'll address them.
I mean, that don't even make sense, but okay.
You know, and I noted that as well, but it's on the agenda. There's other 2 resolutions. The council will discuss it when we get to those 2 resolutions. So we have reports of committees. I have had a request because the princesses do have to be at an engagement at 2 o'clock this afternoon and would like to get on with their duties. Is there any objection for the Princess Committee and the Princesses of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma to be first on the committees? There's no objection. Then what we have here now is the princesses come on forward. There's a microphone right here to my right. Your left. Is the committee here? Okay. Committee, go ahead and come forth as well because this is actually reports of committee and historically the princesses also come during this committee report. Hey, let's give them a. They've been representing us well, those princesses, all over this country, and they're looking like they're ready to go do some representation. Let's give them a hand. They're looking good. They're looking good. Turn it on. There's a little switch. Turn it. Turn the mic. Tap it just a second. Not hard, just tap it. Once again. Is it on? Is it on? She flipped the switch.
Check.
Oh, it's not on. Is it muted? Try to get it.
Y'all can have mine.
I'm gonna have to come out of retirement as a sound reinforcement operator.
Eshe, Genesis Tallahassee Chojifkados, Tallahassee Idoa, Fishwoogie Doas, Hiawat Miss Seminole Nation of Oklahoma Doas, Mado, Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Genesis Tallahassee. I belong to the Tallahassee Band, and I am also Bird Clan. I am the current Miss Seminole Nation of Oklahoma. Thank you all for letting me speak today. Mado.
Okay, pass it on.
Hitche Mahidos, Olivia Wapskini, Choa Chifkados, Seminole, Idowa, Oklahoma, Imawagagi, Saja Fechkidos, Heowa, Junior Miss Seminole Nation of Oklahoma Does, Ochizi Amidoados, Nagoji Amiligidos, Hea Atia Saja Fechkis. Hello, it's good you all have come. My name is Olivia Wapskini. I'm a proud member of the Great Seminole Nation of Oklahoma. I'm Ochizi Ben and I am Bear Clan, and I'm glad to be here today. Mado.
Hinchday, Stongo, Tea Jones, Chachifkados, Istajadi, Yejifka, Hiedozidos, Amalegida, Nogozagidos, Mikasuki, Abagedos, Heowa, Little Miss Seminole Nation of Oklahoma, Mado. Hello, how is everyone doing today? My name is Taya Jones. I'm a descendant of the Bear Clan, and I'm also a member of the Mikasuki Band. I'm the current Little Miss Seminole Nation of Oklahoma, Mado.
Okay. All right, committee chair. Thank you, ladies. Great introductions. Appreciate your representation. Okay, this chair of the Princess Committee and the other committee members are here today. Representative McCoy.
Hello, good morning. I just first want to start off by thanking the girls. You girls look beautiful. Love the matching outfit and the beaded crowns. They're beautiful. So, Mado, for representing us. I hear good things about you guys. And when I show up at events and I see you, it just makes me really proud that you're serving our nation in that capacity. I had originally called for the members, all the members of the Princess Committee to be present, so I want to thank each of you for being here. If you don't mind, will you just quickly introduce your name and the position you hold on the committee?
My name is Elise Aquilo, and I am the chairperson of the Princess Committee.
My name is Jessica Helms, and I am the secretary.
I'm Kristen Hill, and I'm the treasurer of the Princess Committee.
Thank you. I just want to start off by saying I'm not here to accuse you guys. I just want some clarification. There has been some talk and chatter, whatever you want to call it, rumors, whatever. So I wanted to give you the opportunity in front of the council so we're all hearing the same thing. That's why I did not call you individually and report back and be like, I talked to her and her. I just wanted to have my questions on the floor for everyone to hear, and if anyone else had questions, feel free to do so. One of my concerns that I've been hearing about is that taco money fundraiser. Can you give me a little clarification on what exactly happened, and was the money reported and in a timely manner?
So what are like the specific things that were said so we can answer those?
Okay, so the taco money, I guess, at the time, let me just ask you, was it just one person on the committee at that time? So what was the protocol for you as the only committee member when it came to fundraising money? Is there protocols in place, whether it's in your bylaws or anything, on the process for you as just an individual only, since you are a one-person member, I guess, of the committee?
No.
Okay.
I took it upon myself to ask the Junior Mrs. family to assist me with counting the finances. Mm-hmm. And being new, very new to the committee, not knowing what I'm doing, I'm openly admitting that to all of you. I have done my best to step in and step up. The taco money, it has been used, not all of it, but a lot of it was used for specific things for the girls and other fundraisers. Rather than turning all the money in at one time, which is what I should have done, and then requesting a check for every little thing, for leather purchases, for their pucker toes, or material for the skirts that they made during their applique classes, or even items that they needed for other fundraisers. Rather than putting a check request for everything, I had held the money and I kept the receipts for anything that was spent. When I turned the money in, all the cash and everything was turned in at the same time, along with all the receipts. And then it was also signed upon myself and the bill. So he also did the additional count with me to prove that I had all the receipts turned in as well as the money.
My next thing is, what bylaws are you currently using?
That's a very good question because I myself have been told there's multiple bylaws that we should not go by the ones that have been recently redone by the previous committee. And I've also been told that we need to go back to different bylaws.
And the
Currently,
reason-
we are using
Go
the
ahead.
ones from October 10th, 2022.
Okay, and the reason I ask that is the council, it has a portal, which it has information that's uploaded by our secretary, and the ones that I see on our portal are dated April 8th, 2023.
And I have been told that those cannot be used because council has not approved them.
Okay.
So that's why I was informed that I needed to go back at least one more set of bylaws. They are very close to the same. There's only a few things that were amended between those two.
Okay, so Chair, I don't know how to resolve the issue of the bylaws, but off of those bylaws, the question is, the Princess Committee is listed in Title 1A, Chapter 3. Are the bylaws to be similar as in matching to the code that we currently have?
Are you talking about the code of conduct for
The code of laws?
I don't know.
Chair.
We didn't get a copy of anything when we got this position. We have no records of anything. We didn't even get the applications that they signed. We got a screenshot of a code of conduct. So that's what we have to go off of. And then when we reach out, no one really knows what bylaws or anything like that we're supposed to go off of. So we have located the bylaws that supposedly we're supposed to go off of, but we have not seen that. So if you have that information, then we would love that.
Okay, so Chairman
Just,
Johnson?
just for clarification, according to the Constitution, any committees will have bylaws that show how they're governed, and within Title 16 as well. I believe it's Title 16. I'm going at the top of my head right now, but those bylaws, if you find, and that mainly points to the bands. Obviously, the bands have to show how their business is conducted officially and turn it into the, actually to the general counsel it says, but most of the time it goes to the general counsel secretary. But as far as bylaws of committees, yeah, there's, if they are proposed to be updated, they're to come and be presented so that we know what's present bylaws are being presented and whether we agree with it or not.
So Chair, how are we going to figure out which bylaws they
I
currently should
think
be?
you go back to the last one approved.
Okay, is that the one that is located
That's
on the portal?
That's the one I believe, if I heard right what they said, that's the one that they are looking at as far as the last one approved by the governing body.
Okay. And the next question is, the girls are currently fundraising, and what I've been hearing is that I guess you as a committee, or maybe one person, I'm not for sure, would like to set aside some of that money for the princesses to come, meaning the ones that will resume the crowns when we have the pageant. My only concern with that is I would disagree with that statement because the girls are fundraising for themselves, for the things that they need to be able to travel or whatever it is they use that for. In the code, it says that you guys get a budget every year of $20,000 is what the code says. Now, when I was on the finance committee years ago, we had given the committee $25,000 as a starting fee, so you wouldn't be starting with zero and there would be no money to be used. So can you tell me your justification on why the girls that are working the fundraiser, their money won't be given back to them, whether it's in incentives or a parting gift, that you want to keep some of that money to help jumpstart the new girls? Or clarify if I'm wrong on that information.
Let me make this clear. The fundraising money has and will be used on these girls. As you can see, they're wearing matching outfits that were made for them from our activity fund. They will also be going to Universal Studios and Disney World when we attend Florida here in the next month. Money is being used on them. The reason why I personally told them that, well, you're not going to get all of the money back to you at the end of your reign, is because there's got to be a little nest egg in there for the incoming girls. Because what are we going to do, start fundraisers with nothing?
Well, I would disagree with that because you're getting a budget for that next fiscal year that's going to be $20,000.
That budget
to
is
start
very
off.
tight, and I think everybody can agree, $25,000 to $27,000 is not very much money when you have to do travel that's over $10,000.
Okay, I don't know what travel includes, what you're talking about, 3
That's
members
only
or
out
6
state. That's only out of
members?
state.
Okay, then that would lead me into my other question. You guys are going to Florida twice. You've already been once, and then you have plans to go again. My recollection on the past committees, they've only traveled to Florida one time. What is the
That
need
is
to go
true.
twice?
That's very true. Well, first of all, as the chairperson, my goal is to make sure that these girls get out a lot more than they ever have before. Second, it has been requested that they do attend both the tribal fair and the pageant. And the pageant is what takes place next month. We're not using any funds from the fiscal year to pay for our trip to Florida. It's all money that we have earned throughout this year. Golf tournament, Indian taco sale, basketball tournament. Anything that we have earned is going to still be used on these girls in order to travel out of state. So if you're willing to raise that budget, we won't have to do that. I'll be happy to give the girls $5,000, $6,000 a piece, if that's what you want.
I don't think that's a council decision. I think we have committees, and unfortunately, at times, there's council or former committee members that, try to get involved in it. And Representative McCoy, back in the 90s, I sat where you are, has always, for some reason, and I don't know why, I guess it's personalities or whatever, disagreements or whatever they may be. I'm thinking as the executive office to be able to do a training for every incoming committee member so that they know that transition sometimes is where those concerns take place. Okay, what's supposed to be done, what's not supposed to be done, how you do it, what's the format as far as turning in receipts, accessing activity fund money, all that kind of thing. So with all fairness to this committee, they are all new, and they have learned that process now, and they are rolling. So the thing of it is, I've seen many of you as council representatives, some of you still in the learning process of how to conduct business in the proper way according to the rules of order. So give them some grace here, okay? That they're doing a pretty good job. I know there's going to be people that say, things, it's always there. It's always going to be that way, I think. But for the most part, they've raised more money than any other committee in the history of the Seminole Nation Princess Committee. These girls are traveling as much, if not more, than any other princesses in the history